What's up, everybody? J Heat Sports Media coming at y'all again with that fire as always, spitting the hot topics and getting the sports conversation started. Y'all know what I'm talking about: football, basketball, and boxing. And we got to get into some boxing. The fight of the century, the fight of the last 40 years is finally official. My first video getting into that more in depth. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Let's talk about it. So, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, it's official, July 29th. We actually have a date in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Everybody's giving their opinion already. I was talking to my uncle recently, shout out to Cisco, saying that he would take Terence Bud Crawford in this fight. Told me specifically that Bud is just the smarter fighter, higher IQ. He's going to teach Spence a lesson, and Spence, his over-aggression that he uses in some fights could work against him. Now, I can entertain that. This is a 50-50 fight, and I'll give my take on who I think officially is going to win later down the line. But going with the fact that Bud could win this fight, how could Bud win this fight against Errol Spence? He's ferocious. He's the bigger fighter. He's been making 147, which used to be more difficult for him because he would have to lose a lot of weight real quickly, putting on the sweat bags and all that stuff to try to drain water weight. Now he has a nutritionist. He stays in shape, more importantly, from what he used to do. He keeps himself in shape, so he says. So I think even with that, though, he's naturally more a guy that could be fighting at 154, 155, or 160. Bud, on the other hand, has worked his way up to this weight, but he's carried his power. Now, we all know Bud can come at you unorthodox or orthodox with his style, meaning he might lead with his left if he's going to be orthodox, or lead with his right for the jab if he's unorthodox. When he goes unorthodox, they say that's Bud, where he gonna catch you with that cross right or that left hook and possibly put you to sleep. He's a switch hitter, slick, definitely a high IQ, but over the years, his slickness and ability to switch back and forth has not been quite as potent. If you go back to when he was at 140, 135, he was able to switch much more convincingly between the two styles. However, going to 147, his power has carried as he's put more weight on. Guys don't always carry their power up. His power has been with him, knocking out, I want to say, the last 13 or 14 opponents. He's knocked out everybody pretty much, or stopped everybody since he's been at 147. Will he stop Spence? Now, I think in this fight, for Bud to win, I personally think it'll have to go the distance and he'll win on points. I don't see him stopping Spence. I think from what we've seen with Spence's boxing ability to be able to box with a Mikey Garcia, to be able to box and mix it up with Danny Garcia, and get in the pocket with a Ugis who's a bigger fighter, or get in there with a pit bull like Porter and out pit bull the pit bull. I think he's ready for war, and I think he can take Bud's power, at least enough so with his ability to have some defense, because Spence's defense is underrated. I don't know that Bud's going to catch him flush where he's going to actually put him to the ground or even have him wobbly. But I do think if we just going skill for skill, Bud quite possibly has the higher IQ and could prove to be the guy that's going to win this fight based on points, unanimous or split decision, which could lead to a very intriguing second fight once they've registered the data of each other and have been in the ring with each other. What happens next after that? But let's entertain he knocks him out. How does that happen? Does Spence come to him aggressively? Because Spence, they call him the body snatcher for a reason. He says he's the big fish. Bud says he's ready to fry the big fish. He's calling this whole campaign the fish fry campaign because he's going to fry the big fish, who's Errol Spence. Bud is a true Hall of Fame, all-world talent, one of the things that makes him that isn't just the fact that he's a switch hitter, but something a lot of guys can't do that are even professionals is fight on their back foot. Bud can be back trailing and have you coming at him thinking you got an advantage, and he might slip you into his hook or his uppercut. Either way, he can hurt you. He used Sean Porter's aggression against him and dropped him twice. So it's not beyond the pale that he could drop Spence. If he drops him a few times, maybe the refs stop it. I think somebody's going to have to be really hurt or get on their knee because of a body shot injury for the ref to stop this fight, because you got two undefeated guys who are considered two of the top two, if not at least both top 5 in the world, and most people feel whoever wins this fight will be number 1 in the world, undisputed, no questions. So because of that, you just can't stop it on a technicality. Somebody got to be hurt or a towel needs to be thrown in. And Spence don't strike me as the type of guy throwing in no towel. His corner, I don't think they're going to do that unless he's really hurt. So could Bud actually put him down and hurt him? Body shot or head shot, maybe. If it happens, I think it's Spence's aggression coming in. He walks into one he didn't see coming, because it's always the shot you don't see coming that hurts the most. But more than likely, if Bud does beat Spence, to me, it'll have to be on points. The skill, being able to step side to side, cut the ring off on Spence, and just frustrate Spence with his ability to switch back and forth with styles, and maybe Spence never gets a gauge on him and is able to time him. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all think Bud's gonna win, holla at me in the comments. All right, that's all the time I got. Y'all know what it is, and you know who you looking for. J Heat Sports Media. Remember to like, subscribe, or get at me in the comments. Let's go back and forth, and let's get these subscribers up. I'm out here in Winchester, Virginia, kicking it at James Charles Vineyard. Make sure you check it out. I know I'm about to. And don't forget, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, at The Vault JMU414 on Twitter, and of course, what's up TikTok? Holla at y'all next time.